Hey guys, Vibrant here. Welcome back to my channel for another video. Today's video I'm going to be doing a reading log. So this is what I've read in the past, I don't know, few weeks. I'm going to start with the two, I want to say they're both seinen series, and then I'll get into the rest is all shoujo. So the first thing that I read was Mujina Into the Deep. I bought this blind, so I had no idea what it was about, only like what the back says. So definitely do not read this if you're under 18. It does come wrapped, and it's good that it comes wrapped. Honestly, this was not good. When I had bought it, I didn't really hear anybody like talking about it, but then of course after I bought it, everyone's saying like it's bad and they don't like it. I mean, I would give it like a 5.5 out of 10. I feel like Asano relies like too much on nakedness in this one. The only other thing I've read by them was Goodnight Pun Pun. So I don't really know like what the other works are like, but they really, like, everyone is just naked in this one, just naked and like having sex. I don't really connect with the male, like male main character. He's just like whatever. I didn't find anything interesting about him. The whole concept of it sounded really cool, but it wasn't really what I was expecting. I thought it would be people who, it's like people who don't have any rights or like choose the option to give up their rights in this new society. They didn't really give us much on what this world is like, so I didn't really like that. For $16.99, so essentially 17, almost $18 after tax, I definitely will not continue to pick this up, so this will definitely be a unhaul for me. Then the next thing is Hell's Paradise Volume 2. I watched the first season of the anime. I own volumes 1 to 3. I just, whenever I go to Barnes & Noble, I always forget to like look at this one and pick up the rest. I have no idea what happens after season 1, and I know season 2 is going to be coming out soon, so I was like, I might as well read volume 2, and maybe I won't get caught up for season 2, but great story. I feel like not enough people talk about Hell's Paradise or really know what like Hell's Paradise is about, but it's like this group of criminals who are sent to this island to find this elixir of life, and each criminal has a Asimon sign to them, so kind of like a samurai executioner person, and this island has a bunch of like crazy monsters and everything, so whoever finds the elixir of life gets a pardon, so they get to like be out of jail. So it's really great story. It is, I feel like it's a little wordy. Not as wordy as Death Note though. I thought Death Note was very wordy. But yeah, I think it's a good story, good action. The drawings are really good. I might show you guys a couple pages because this also has explicit content. Not this one as much as volume 1, but it still does have explicit content. So that was it for the 2 seinen series that I had read. So the rest is going to be all shoujo. So I read volume 3 and volume 4 of In the Clear Moonlit Dusk, which right now I would have to say this is my current obsession. The artwork in this is just like so amazing. The covers are always so pretty, and then they do have like a colored page on the inside here. But I love these two so much, and at the end of the 3rd volume, Ichimura gets like so jealous, and it is like, oh my god, it's so cute. It's the cutest thing ever, because right now he thinks he only likes Yoi because she's so beautiful, and he hasn't like actually realized that he's in love with her yet. And then Yoi, she doesn't want him to think that she only likes him because he's the first boy that's ever had more interest in her than just her being beautiful or whatever. So volume 4 explores that more in detail, and they kind of realize like, oh my god, like I love you. So it's so cute. I really need to get to volume 5 ASAP because now Yoi is like more forward with him, and I like that a lot because she was very shy at first, and he was basically making all the moves, and now she's starting to make some moves. So please, please, please check In the Clear Moonlit Dusk out if you have not already. And then the next that I had read was volume 5 of My Love Story with Yamada-kun at level 999. This is one of my favorite ongoing series. It's on another hiatus. But as soon as this came out, you guys, if you guys watch my manga shopping vlog, I literally had got back from vacation that morning and I went straight to Barnes & Noble. Like, I got off my cruise ship at like 8:30. We got home, dropped off our luggage, and then went straight to Barnes & Noble because I was fiending to pick this up. Oh my god. So this is the start of the relationship. So they're dating now and they have their first kiss in this volume, and it's just like, I think the next 2 volumes that come out, like by volume 7, there's gonna be a very fun chapter in there. But love Akane and Yamada so much, and it's like funny how Yamada he has had no experience with girls, but he is very experienced with Akane. So it's just so much fun. It's so cute. But in this one, she makes like this online gamer friend that she meets in person, and that girl is very troubled with her own relationship, and she's being very forward with Yamada, and Yamada gets a little uncomfortable, and some stuff goes down. So definitely some drama going on in volume 5 that's going to continue into the beginning of volume 6, but another great read in that story. So these next 2 series, I had actually went to my local library. I have not been to the library in like a year. Before I started collecting manga, I like lived in the library, and that's when I was reading my manga, but then I started buying manga, and I haven't really gone as much, but I was like, well, let's go. And they had so many older shoujo titles, and I was like in heaven. So they had Seinen Chronicles. So I had checked out volumes 1 and 2. They had 1 to 10, so the complete set. So I'm so happy I can read 1 to 10. I didn't really know anything about Seinen Chronicles. All I know is that it's out of print and it's very expensive if you do want to own it. So I went in blind. I thought it was just going to be like this very cute, like young romance. Oh my god. Y'all, when I was reading this, I was like, I wanted to cry at each volume. This is deep. So it's this girl, I think her name is Anne, and the beginning of volume 1, she is like 26 and she's packing up to move overseas with her husband, and she finds something from when she was 12, like a memory. So now we're going back in time to experience her life. So far we've seen her 12, 13, 15, and 16 or something like that, or like 12, 14, 15, and 16. And her parents got divorced when she was 12, and she moves from Tokyo to this countryside, and then her mom kills herself, and she had left a note saying like, take care of Anne, and it's very sad. It's really sad. So she gets this crush on this boy, and then they start dating, and then Anne like moves back to Tokyo. So now they're like long distance, but there's a second male lead that we're getting a little bit more information on him, and he has a crush on Anne too. And this is like the first time, not the first time, very rarely I like the second male lead better than the first male lead. I really do love both of the men, like love interests. But for some reason, I like Fuji, I think is his name, the second male lead. I really like Fuji a lot more than, I don't know, Daigo, I think is how you say his name. I really do like Fuji a lot more. And I don't know how it's gonna like go. I really don't know how it's gonna go because volume 2 ended on a cliffhanger. So I need to get to the library ASAP and pick up volume 3 and 4. So I really am enjoying Seinen Chronicles. I can see why it's really popular because such a great story, very emotional, very sad. It's basically like, I like it because it's like, dang, I remember when I was 12 and I remember when I was 14 and I had a first love and I had a bunch of stuff in my own life going on. So it's really nostalgic. So this is a really good series. Then the other things that I had picked up from the library was volume 1 and volume 3 of Monkey High. They had 1 to 8, which I think it's complete at 8, but they didn't have volume 2, so I ended up reading volume 2 online. But does this not remind you, if you guys have read Lovely Complex or seen Lovely Complex, does this art style not remind you of Risa and Otani? Like, I literally thought this was the same mangaka until I looked it up and it wasn't. But it just gives, it's giving Risa and Otani. But I can't, what is his name? Machiru. Machiru is what Otani wishes he was. I love Lovely Complex. I love Risa and Otani together. They're not the healthiest relationship though. If you guys know, you know. And he's not the best male lead, and he's not the greenest of green flags. So that's why I'm like, Machiru is literally what Otani wishes he was. Like, Machiru is funnier, he's nicer, he cares more about this female lead. He's not like super sensitive to where like Otani was. He like behaves like a normal high school boy in his first relationship would, kind of thing. Not, you know, no hate to Otani, but it was just giving, he was just giving like Otani, especially because he's 5'3" also in this one, so they're both short. So anyway, babbling about that. But Monkey High, I had no idea what it was about. I only picked it up just because they remind me of Risa and Otani. But it's basically this girl, Haruna, her dad was like this politician or something, like really famous, but he like had a scandal, so he goes to jail. So she goes from this very like rich high school to this like whatever high school, and she thinks that all the people in this new school act like a bunch of monkeys, like crazy, running around everywhere. She wants nothing to do with them. She's also, and here she's like very beautiful, so none of the girls like her until she shows like her real personality, and then it comes out that she doesn't like this one boy that's really popular in their school. Then all the girls are friends with her now. Plus she starts dating Machiru very early on. I think like halfway through this first volume, or like the end of this first volume, they're already together. I do really like Monkey High because they have more like activities that they're doing than just them in school. Like in the first 2 volumes, we already got so much. Like they went on this game show, they went on their school trip, they went to Haruna's house. They've done a lot in like 2 volumes. So it's pretty cool seeing more than just the high school setting. And they have like a pretty big friend group, and like all of them are there within their class. So that's a lot of fun to see. And I keep saying the first 2 volumes, the first 3 volumes, because I forgot I've read up to volume 3. Yeah, I mean, it's really great. But then the very last thing that I had read, I forgot, is a BL. It is called, I think, A Love Too Captivating. I think that's what it's called. I read it online. There's only scans of it online. There's no physical release, but it's actually a shonen AI. I don't know, or I didn't know the difference between like yaoi, BL, shonen AI, but apparently yaoi is the more like explicit, to where they, you know, are more intimate. And then shonen AI can also be like a platonic relationship between 2 boys, but it's more of like this sweet, fluffy romance. And then BL is just like the category. So if I'm like incorrect about any of that, let me know down below, but I think that's what it is. But it's basically, I can't remember any of their names either, but this artwork is so beautiful. Like that's why I read it, because this artwork, that mangaka ate. They ate. They simply ate. They ate. They ate it up. But one of them is a delinquent, and he fights, gets into all these fights, and the other one is like this goody two shoes. So the goody two shoes is like being beat up, and the delinquent steps in and helps him. And now the goody two shoes is following the delinquent everywhere, and the delinquent is like, dude, like get away from me. But the delinquent is totally a tsundere, and it's just really cute. It's basically they become friends and then realize that they both have feelings for each other, and delinquent's trying to let go of that lifestyle. He doesn't want to do that lifestyle anymore because he doesn't want his new friend slash boo to get involved any of that. It might be like your classic Delinquent BL story. I've never read like a Delinquent BL before. So this might just be generic to like other readers, but I thought it was super cute. It did get an anime this season, but not on Crunchyroll. It's streaming on something like that I've never heard of before, so I won't be watching it. I was actually really excited when I saw I got an anime, but it's not on Crunchyroll. But yeah, definitely check it out because it's just so cute. I think it's like 17 chapters out right now. So I just burped. So check that out if you guys read any BLs. But that is it. That's everything that I had read this go around. Mainly shoujo, but that's okay. I mainly do read more shoujo than I do read like shonen and seinen, but trying to start reading more shonen and seinen. So we'll see how that goes. But if you made it this far in the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate everybody who always watches my videos, who always comments. I love talking to you guys below. But I will see you guys next time. Bye.